the setup of this thing. The food is already cold. The food is cold. This is my first episode, so I had to figure it out. That's the thing about starting something new. You quite literally, a lot of people don't start things because they're scared of being beginners. Now I can find it though. If you don't like me chewing, I'm so sorry. But honestly, food and gist is the best. Okay? I decided to start this series because I love food. I eat it all the time. And I'm trying to take the pressure off of me always having to come on here wearing makeup and doing everything. And plus, series always keep me accountable. So, why not? I went to Florida a couple of weeks ago. By now, you should have seen the vlog. If you didn't see the vlog, go watch it. And I tried pho for the first time. I guess proper pho. All the other pho I'd ever tried wasn't that good. And it was this spare rib pho. It was from the pho bar in Florida. If you're in Florida, go try it because man, spare rib pho. And it had this mango. Oh, it was so good.
This is so good.
You like it? Got it. So, when I decided to start this series, I wanted to blend my love for food with talking. And I decided that this is the best way to do it. Honestly, this is the part of the year where we all start thinking about 2026. Our goals, what we want for the new year. And honestly, you shouldn't wait till the new year to start. If you want to start something, start on a random Tuesday, a random Thursday. It doesn't have to be a special thing. Today is Sunday. It's not my typical recording day, but I had kind of nonsense bug is that. But I had the zeal, and also I've gotten this pho, and honestly, it's not as good as the pho in this thing in Florida, but I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. And I mean, the weather is pho weather. Havana, you wanna help me get water? Thank you. On a real note, this year has actually been one of the years that I've started noticing how important it is to not always focus on goals. I know, like, we're so conditioned to focus on goals. We're so conditioned to keep going from one goal to the other. But one thing I've noticed is that keeps you in a constant loop of not being satisfied with the things you do and not being satisfied with your life. And this year, you drink out of it.
Mama, you're not finishing.
This year, not only do I feel like I've grown so much as a person, I've taken this easy with myself. I've stopped making sure that everything has to be a certain way. And stopped expecting life to look the way it was a couple of years ago for me. I feel like I've gone through a lot of grieving, especially on my channel. I've talked about, honestly, everything. And even though the things I've talked about are multi-layered, a lot of times, honestly, those things come with me healing. You know, they come with me being on this journey where I love makeup, still trying to figure out who I am in this season. And I think that as people, it's so hard for us to change and it's so hard for us to pivot because we're so used to doing one thing. I'm used to being known as Ronke. I'm used to being this beauty person, and I think it really was getting to me at some point because it made me feel as though like I had nothing else to provide aside from this beauty person. And it takes a really long time for you to remove yourself from the persona, not even the persona I've created online, because I really don't feel like I really created a persona online. Who I am online is really who I am in person. But at the same time, Wait. Yeah. At the same time, I need to give myself permission to be a beginner in figuring out who I am in this season again. And it's a long journey. At first, I really didn't want to keep coming on YouTube saying the same thing. But that's life. Life is about consistency. You consistently do something, and as you consistently do something, you learn. And I think for a long time, I was very scared of learning because I'm learning in front of thousands of people. And I think that's really hard to do, especially because it's I feel like I'm starting again, but with experience. And this year has been one of those years that there are a lot of lessons that I learned based off of doing instead of based off of thinking. And it was also one of these years that I finally learned that if you really want to do something, do it. If you say you want to do something, do it. If you fail the first time you do it, try it again and do it again. I just started relaunched my Ronke candle brand. That's a shea butter candle, so you can actually put it on, and if as it's burning, you can like take it, put it on. And I also have my aromatherapy lip gloss because all my Ronke brand is about aromatherapy because it goes hand in hand with me loving wellness and everything. Funny enough, I started that brand 3 years ago. This was not a brand that is just new. It's just something that I've been adding things to. And honestly, figuring out business has been so different from being a creator for me that even that is a separate journey. And even though sometimes I genuinely feel like I don't have a lot to say, when I get on camera or when I feel the need to talk about something, it's so much easier to come on camera because it's like, okay, I know that I want to talk about this. Like, for example, it took me almost an hour to do my setup. A version of me would have been like, I'm going to take this as a sign that I'm not even supposed to be recording today. But another part of me was like, you have the food. All my mics on. I have 3 mics. All my mics decided not to work. In fact, as I'm recording this video, I'm hoping that there's sound. I'm only recording it because I'm like, you said you want to do this? Do it. But at the same time, I'm quite literally, genuinely afraid that I'm going to look at this video on my laptop and there's no sound, and I quite literally don't know what I'll do. However, I still did it. And for me, I'm taking all the small wins that I have and accepting and being grateful for it. I'm very big about gratitude. I don't think I've really ever talked about that really on my channel. But I feel like life isn't easy. It's hard to be grateful when you feel like you haven't reached a certain point or a point where you want to be. But I've started realizing that if you're grateful and small, when the big things come in, you'll be grateful then. And right now in my life, I'm grateful for where I am. My ability to create, my ability to continue going even when life is extremely tough. This is the first year that I feel like my kids have been so stable. Like, you know, Amari is still nonverbal, but he has made so much progress over this year. And they're both in the same school now, Amari and Ivana. So even that is something that I feel like I really am grateful for. And I've been able to take trips this year. I actually didn't realize how great this year had been, because a lot of times I'm so used to being like, I had these follower goals, I had these financial goals that I did not meet, and making that my worth as a person. And I started realizing that's not my worth as a person. I'm so much more than how much I make. I'm so much more than what I do. And once I realized those two things, I started realizing that I've had a great year. I traveled 3 times. 3 times? That is a privilege. That is a privilege. I have family that love me. That is a privilege as well. I have children that absolutely adore me. I have friends that make my life so full. I'm able to get food when I want to. I know my favorite foods now, even though I'm definitely going to try Nigerian food next time. Even though honestly, if you're in the DMV area, you just know there's so much Nigerian food to try. I don't even know where to start from, but I'm gonna be trying. I'm so sorry, excuse me, that was a little dirty. I'm embarrassed. Am I though? Don't you burp in your house? The hell? So I guess this series is like an unfiltered version of me. So it's been a long road for me. I started realizing that taking the long route or like being a creator journey that's not necessarily like all the way straightforward isn't always a bad thing, because I'm learning. Like this year I've learned so much about cameras, so much more about cameras, so much more about editing, so much more about candle making, so much more about lip gloss making, and no knowledge is wasted, and I continuously get better at my craft. And honestly, for next year I really hope to go on a brand trip. That next year is even going to happen. There's no problem. That one is going to happen. But also I really hope to continue growing my channel. You know, I really want to go back to YouTube being my main channel and my main platform, because I feel like YouTube has been my most neglected in the past couple of years. And it took me a second to realize that I'm actually a long form girl. I don't like short form content. I can't yap like this. I only have 1 minute to yap. That's a little weird, you know? But at the same time, you know, I'm just glad to be back creating content that is fun, engaging, creative. I'm not going to lie. I had to search ChatGPT to figure out what I was going to do for intro. Thank God it worked out. And honestly, I want you guys to also let me know food places in the DMV that you want me to try, because I'm always looking for food places. That's one thing that I've never actually told you guys on my channel. I'm actually a foodie. I think I've tried in my whole life most of the restaurants that exist. Maybe 1 or 2 that I haven't tried, but anything, like, I guess what I mean by restaurants is like food subtypes. So this is Vietnamese food. I love Indian food, love Nigerian food, Senegalese food, love that. Let's not even talk about the injera, the Ethiopian food, love that. So I really am somebody with a diverse palate, even though I do eat the same thing over and over when I like it. But please, if you're in the DMV area, please let me know what food places to try. There's a lot of Nigerian food spots already. I know I'm definitely going to shout out mine. This is actually from Futan. No, it's not. Sorry. Futan. Anyway, I'll put it in the description box. But this is in Owens Mills. It's pretty good, honestly. But this is gonna be a fun new way to start the year. But I want to get myself and ease myself into a schedule first before I commit to anything and see how it works. But next week I definitely want to try Nigerian food. Not try because I've tried it before, but I really want to find a new Nigerian food spot to try, because all the places around here, it's the same thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed episode 1. I'm not really sure what I talked about in this video, as usual. But this was just like a ease in type of episode, because I didn't want to just like start talking about big topics. But next week I really want to talk about something that I feel like I've been shying away from, but at the same time it's a long time coming. So I'm going to be releasing episodes every Thursday around the same time. So stick around for next Thursday. And I'm so glad that I'm back on YouTube in my own cute, funny way. And I hope I become you guys' comfort person to just chit chat with. So let me know how you like this series, and let me know what food you want me to try. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Food is finished. Oh my god. Mm-hmm.